Capricorn, Capricorn Rising, and Capricorn Moon people. This is your monthly astrological horoscope for July 2017. And a quick reminder for all of you Capricorn people out there, remember these monthly horoscopes are about the big sweeping shifts and changes that go on throughout an entire month. And so very seldom would I ever bring up something that would only go on for one day in a monthly horoscope. If you're looking for shorter term angles and things like that, hey Rambo, I would definitely recommend that you check out the weekly horoscopes. The first half is exclusively astrology, so there's something there for everybody. And also, don't forget that as of the 1st of July, we've got the Tarot Home Study course available for purchase and download, which is actually going to be over 3 hours of video content you can keep on your computer, all done so you can learn tarot at your own on your own time, at your own pace, with supplemental documents taken directly from a book that I'm actually working on. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, it comes out, it's available for purchase on the 1st of July. So, and that's going to be at my website, of course, integrativemysticism.com, the same place you would go to get a session with me. So what's going on with this month? Well, we have some leftover energy this month from June. In fact, Mars, planet of action and energy, is going to be in your 7th house of committed partnerships. This is your closest one-on-one relationships, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, BFF, business partner, roommate, all the people you spend all that closest one-on-one time with. And this actually is going to be here pretty much all the way until the 20th, so the first good 3 weeks of the month. And with Mars in this area, it's about bonding. It's about getting closer and bonding as people, as personhood goes with our partners. Yes, there can be some fighting, some conflicts going on, but it's in the interest of taking down barriers that don't belong there. Usually with Mars, we tend to get a lot closer to people, and believe it or not, the closeness can come from the vulnerability. Usually with Mars, we have people acting a little bit more as their true selves. They're not interested in trying to take on different roles, focusing on different lifestyle choices, value choices, and you're really getting to see your partner for who they really are. This is also a great time for rebonding. For those of you who've been feeling like there's a bit of a drift, or we need to have some opportunities to bond over with our BFF or anyone in this circle, sometimes we do need something to endeavor over in order to get closer, and Mars is going to be bringing you plenty of opportunities to get to work on that. On the 4th, we've got Venus, planet of harmony, love, and fortune, going into Gemini, into your 6th house of work, reputation, and your physical health. And this brings along with it a twofold blessing. When it comes to your work and your reputation, Venus tends to bring us a little bit more into the limelight. It tends to put us in demand. If you've been feeling like things may have not been easy, if you've been feeling like it's been not so easy for you to maybe get and hold the attention you desire from anyone, really, this is going to give you the opportunity to finally grasp that, take hold of it, and hold on to it. And you're going to learn how to actually maintain the relationships and the rapport that you want to have with people, by learning how to have us treat each other all different ways. With Venus in this area of your chart, you may also find that you are in higher demand at work. You're given top choice when it comes to schedules and new assignments that come out. And this is all going to be a big benefit always, in the long run anyway. We also have Venus working on, again, the physical health aspect, and it's time to think about what you want to do to look more like yourself. That's what I think about Venus. I think about beauty, yes, I think about looks and, and what we do to feel attractive. But the most attractive thing you can do is also make sure that you look like yourself, that your outside matches your inner. Going too far in the opposite direction can, really create a bit of a dissonance in who we feel we really are, no matter how glammed up or fashionable that may be. And Venus is going to be bringing you more in touch with how to actually extricate the internal to be visible on the external. On the 5th of the month, we've got Mercury, planet of communications, haste, and speed, moving into Leo, into your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, and self-employment. And if there's been any kind of holdups, anything taking too long in this area, Mercury is going to be spending the 5th through the 25th of the month working on hurrying things along. Do we have outstanding transactions that need to be taken care of, invoices that aren't getting paid, what's going on with, money that needs to finally be made in an exchange, whether we're paying for it or we're collecting it. Mercury always works hard on making sure that everything is kind of balanced out in this area and that we're doing it, in a way that's swift, when, people are no longer procrastinating, people aren't really avoiding things like that anymore. And with Mercury, you can also expect a little bit of a boost to your take-home income because of a lot of extra little side projects that will pay as well, whether they're coming on the job or just somewhere else in the rest of your life. On the 9th of the month, we've got a full moon in your sign, forming a tight connection, a conjunction actually, with Pluto, which is also currently retrograde there. Now this full moon is an interesting moon because it does seem to be very tense, because it's also going to somewhat loosely oppose Mars in your opposite sign. And this can actually still be an easier moon for you than every other zodiac because it is in your sign. It's a wild card moon. Whenever we have a full moon in our sign, it's time for us to think about what we want to get rid of, what we want to release, what we want to let go of in our life that we don't want to carry on anymore. And the clash that could come with the Pluto retrograde and the Mars, however, may have to do with you needing to release a person or a commitment in your life that you've kind of come to understand as a fixture. Even though it may be something you don't want anymore, it may be something that carries a bit of a dysfunction or unpleasantness, it's something that you've actually come to time your watch to. And you may not necessarily feel inclined, ready, or able to let this person or this situation go. However, this full moon is giving you an opportunity to look and see what it would be like without him or her, and this may actually just be a friend. This may not necessarily have to be like a partner or a roommate or anything like that. But between the 9th and the 23rd, we're going to get to see what life is like without them. And if it's better, maybe it stays that way. On the 20th, we do have Mars moving into that 8th house of shared resources and passive income and intimacy. The 8th house does rule intimacy, and that's where Mars kind of comes in. We're bringing in a bit more of a spark to your private life and to your intimate life, getting you more in touch and more comfortable with your sexuality, with your ability to be affectionate and connect to a loved one or a lover, on a physical level. This is also a wonderful opportunity for a lot of you to perhaps actually get more experimental, or perhaps even just a bit more time with a partner if we feel like things have been a little bit quiet or perhaps cooled off a little bit, because sometimes that happens temporarily. If it happens for, a month, sometimes there's just an off month. Some people panic about an off month, I don't recommend that, but this can be the cure for that too. And this energy is going to be here going all the way up and through the end of August. With Mars in the 8th house as well, though, you can also expect, again, your self-employment enterprises to start taking off. If we've been thinking really hard about what we're going to do in order to maybe get a personal business off the ground, whether it's a little online, profitable hobby, it could actually turn into something a bit more full-blown. And a lot of that is also getting boosted by the Sun moving into this area, followed by a new moon on the 22nd and 23rd of this month. Because the new moon is talking about a new income avenue that's coming on the side on top of what you already have. This can also indicate a new income avenue or perhaps even a new job showing up for a partner, if that's what's been, what's been hopeful. The Sun is talking about getting more out of these areas, though, throughout the duration of July all the way up until the 3rd week of August. And we're kind of trying to figure out, well, what exactly can we get more out of in this area of our life? Well, how do we maybe get paid more? How do we have something more reliable? How do we get something more consistent? How do we perhaps even start getting into a place where we have predictably more of a take-home income from these side avenues? That's going to definitely be a big theme that's going on later on this month, but you will be noticing the money coming in, and it is something that you could keep as a new trend. On the 25th of the month, we've got Mercury, planet of communication, haste, and speed, transitioning from this area into Virgo, into your 9th house of travel, higher education, your spiritual practice, broadcasting, in government legal proceedings, and now he's going to be speeding up efforts in this area. Is there something you're looking to promote, looking to publish? Is there something that you're trying to get noticed by a vaster group of people? Are you trying to perhaps actually have a connection overseas, whether it's online for travel or for pleasure? Are we trying to maybe even do some work on getting caught up on a, on a doctorate or a dissertation? Are we working on some kind of major school project? Or are we trying to simply work on getting into the ideal school of our choice? Mercury is making developments happen a lot faster in this area towards the end of this month. I will say, yes, Mercury is going retrograde here pretty soon, but it's not this month. So if you want to take advantage of this, I would definitely put a lot of these things into motion before it goes retrograde, and the 25th through the 31st is perfectly fine. On the 31st itself, we have our last big aspect of the month, and that's Venus, planet of love and harmony, transitioning from your 6th house into your 7th. And again, we have more of a focus on love and harmony in romantic relationships, close one-on-one partnerships. It's a wonderful time to actually start attracting people who share the same goals, the same ideals, and possibly even the same love languages that you have. This is also a time where you're going to be noticing you're attracting people who are having the same expectations, short and long term, when it comes to new relationships for those of you who are single and looking. If you've been dating for quite some time, this begins a trend that will most likely end up being more visible in August, this being the last day I'm talking about of the month. Good Lord. He is so needy today. It's going to actually... see all that hair? It's actually going to bring out an opportunity for a lot of you Capricorn people to maybe even become closer, or maybe even official, with somebody that we've been seeing casually and taking it slow with. You may not have even thought about doing it at this point, but again, it could also happen in August, so, just keep an open mind. So that is your horoscope, Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.